Welcome back to more Final Fantasy Type-0. Quan. I don't remember ever seeing this person. The premier authority of all magical matters, Quan is more knowledgeable in spells and incantations than anyone else in academia, including his instructors. The search for the ultimate spell is his sole raison d'etre, and he has no qualms about expressing his disinterest in all other matters. That does not, however, mean he is cold or asocial. If one were to engage Quan in a conversation about magic or himself, he would gladly expound on the exquisite nature of either one at great length. So he's self-centered. Although this Cactar's master no longer exists in the world, the spiny speedster still sprints around the halls of academia. This former attendant to one of the four champions of Rubin was so fast, however, that few people claim to have actually seen this fleet-footed flora with their own eyes. Many around the school hope to ask this prickly pal the truth regarding the fall of the four champions. Cactar would be happy to answer the questions, but only if they can catch the little pincushion first. Nimbus. The Primus Lassie has gradually lost his humanity over his near 100-year life, leaving behind only absolute obedience to the White Tiger Crystal and nothing else. Now that Marshal Austin has taken the crystal hostage, however, Nimbus answers only to Sid. hides his face and his emotions behind an intimidating mask, and many in the army find his extremely taciturn nature to be unsettling. In combat, Nimbus generates a portal in midair and unleash his arrows of compressed light. He occasionally compresses this radiant energy to wield as a sword. Well, considering that Kunmi here has like 4 articles I can read. That makes me believe that we haven't seen the last of her. Ifrit. To the denizens of the Dominion, Ifrit has come to represent all the Eidolons in body, strength, resilience, and agility vastly exceeding mortal capabilities. The first Eidolon officially assigned to military units, Ifrit received praise for its ease of summoning and all-around exceptional functionality in the field. Although Ifrit has fallen out of use in recent years, it still remains a prominent fixture in the Dominion Legion's rear guard. Nice thong. Shiva. I think this is the most different Shiva has ever looked. An Eidolon specializing in a frosty offensive, Shiva boasts the highest mobility of all the Dominion's summoned warriors. In spite of her frailty, she is able to freeze enemies in their tracks with the Winter Wonderland, allowing Shiva or her allies to descend upon and neutralize the target. Although sorcery has forged numerous covenants with this Eidolon, her powers prove less than useful against the Empire's steel weaponry. Instead, Central Command often deploys her to the Concordian front, where she can make quick work of the kingdom's monsters. The Latesi coral. Although scientists have bred and raised these corals for use in the Imperial Army, they have not made any sort of genetic modifications. Thus, the felines themselves are physiologically identified to their wild counterparts. Because they are such agile and intelligent creatures, they are far more lethal and reliable in combat than common soldiers. Moreover, corals are blessed with acute senses, and the Empire has begun employing these creatures as guard animals among many of their strongholds. Gabriel. Imperial scientists had long sought to create a high-mobility, flight-capable Magitek armor, and they finally succeeded with the Gabriel. Sensing the coming of war, researchers rushed the development of the mech and managed to deploy the device at Togarath as a test, not of its long-range arsenal, but of its magic barrier. While the Gabriel's magic neutralization capabilities functioned perfectly, the MA's preliminary engine was unable to handle the prolonged use. As a result, the Gabriel would periodically overheat, leaving it completely vulnerable to enemy retaliation, much to the frustration of its pilot, Brigadier General Quater Bostar. Channel Gate. One of Rubim's finest technological advances. The Dominion Army has installed this device in nearly all of its strongholds. When an intruder approaches, the channel gate will automatically generate a portal and call forth a powerful Eidolon. Although summoning usually requires a human being to sacrifice his or her life, scientists and sorcery develop a way to freeze summoning portals in their early stages and then reactivate them using time manipulation magic, with or without someone present. However, resuming the summoning process requires an immense amount of energy, and the entire security system will shut down when one severs the power supply. So you're supposed to give up your life if you summon an Eidolon in this game. You're supposed to give up your life when you summon an Eidolon in this game. And I've heard NPCs say that, they're telling me here. But with my characters, I'm assuming I'm not actually sacrificing them, right? Like I will in the battle, but like they're not actually dead. They can recover, right? It's like, just like any Final Fantasy game. Your characters can get KO'd, but they're not gone permanently. You can revive them. But story-wise, that's not gonna make much sense. It doesn't make sense that I can summon Eidolons and my characters aren't going to be dead. But maybe that's just how... Sorry, my elbow hit what's plugged into my Mac here and made me lose connection. It made my Mac lose connection to the game and fucked up the recording. I didn't lose any footage. It just made the recording stop, and I had to start anew. So I'm gonna have to merge two videos together. But whatever. Anyway, like I was saying, like I guess Type-0, they're just that powerful. They can summon Eidolons and not be dead. Not be dead. Be KO'd, but not dead. Kapar wire. Unlike many other plants, this fiendish floor prefers deep woods and other dark places. The Kapar wire can thrive as long as it has access to water and nutrient-rich soil. Although extremely frail, the Kapar wire boasts highly acute senses and can thus easily detect and avoid incoming attacks. The Concordian army refers to this monster as the Thorn Drake. If you have any inquiries about magic, I suggest you speak with Dr. Yabetz. He possesses a wealth of knowledge far surpassing even mine. Why, it would be no exaggeration to call him a living, breathing Crystarium.
Good work.
Oh, I know that crimson cape You must be one of Dr. Al-Rashia's little prodigies. As it were, I have a little favor to ask of you cadets. One of my researchers had the misfortune of running into the Empire en route back to academia. She managed to escape into Corsi Cave, but it appears she left behind a valuable historical tome. Surely the saviors of the Dominion would be willing to assist me in retrieving the anthology, yes?
May I help you?
You exceeded my expectations, Cadet. Accept this as a token of my gratitude. I don't like to admit it, but that Quan is a genius. Seriously, he's easily the most intelligent person I've ever heard of. I'd have a lot more respect for him if he weren't such a pompous jerk. I tried reading the Nameless Tome, but to be honest, I didn't really get it. Is it supposed to prophesy the coming of Agito or something? Is it supposed to prophecy? I feel like that's a typo. Shouldn't it say, is it supposed to prophesize the coming of Agito?
Good work.
I'm beginning to understand why the doctor thinks so highly of you.
May I help you? Good work.
This board has old messages mixed in with new ones.
Well, that's the first time I've activated that.
I was so happy the first time I made the honor roll. This board has old messages mixed in with new ones. This board has old messages mixed in with new ones.
Entrance to the Tower of Ebon is strictly prohibited as per Orient's law. Even if you wanted to break the rules and sneak inside, you need to take an airship to get anywhere near the structure in the first place. A lot of other cadets gossip about Class 9 because we're barely ever here at Academia, but we have our reasons. Surely you Class 0 kids understand, don't you? Are you friends with that pretty boy across the way? I've been meaning to introduce myself, but I'm a little intimidated because everyone tells me he's incredibly intelligent. Kupo! Kupo! You haven't heard anything unusual about my class, have you, Kupo?
Kupo?
Alright, I guess I'll activate this one.
Hey, you eat yet?
It's no secret that I hate reading. I'm an open book, yo.
What?
Said book kinda weird there. I don't get why the faculty here is so focused on book learning. They should forget about how many points we get on tests and just grade us on how many troopers we waste in the field, yo.
Huh? That's a lot of books, hey? I mean, I couldn't read all these if I read for the rest of my life, yo.
I read quickly. I could read them all if I live long enough.
You must be quiet inside the Crystarium. By the crystal. You are cadets, you should know better.
Hey, yo. That's going a little bit too far, don't you think, huh?
I've no interest in speaking to the uncultured.
What the hell did you just say? You want a piece of me, punk? Hey, yo!
9! That's enough!
You say I ain't cultured? I don't like to brag or nothing, but I can name all 4 crystal states in Orients, yo!
I hate to tell you this, Nine, but that's not culture. It's common knowledge.
Well, if you'll just excuse me, I'd rather avoid contagion.
Oh, please. Don't worry about that. Surely you know stupidity isn't contagious, don't you? I wouldn't be here with you if it were.
Is that supposed to make me feel better, eh?
Well, that was a scene. I made a new friend. I don't think we really made a friend there.
What?
It's no secret that I hate reading. I'm an open book, yo. Why was Queen in the cutscene but she's not here? After years of trial and error, sorcery finally managed to crystallize pure attack, magic energy, and create magicite. Given its explosive properties, I imagined it would be pretty useful on infiltration missions. Hey Class Zero, you've got impeccable timing. I've got a little favor to ask of you, but don't tell anyone about it, okay? So it says, infiltrate the Imperial occupied force of North Togareth and take a Militesi soldier prisoner. You can't take prisoners once the region becomes Dominion territory, so wipe out the enemy leader and take one of the grunts into custody. I knew you wouldn't say no. I mean, you guys are no strangers to covert ops. The key to taking prisoners is decreasing enemy morale by offing their commander. Without their leader, the troopers will be running around like a bunch of headless, helpless chocobos. Yeah, I might do that. We'll see. Yeah, we might need to start focusing our firepower in key regions, but I have a feeling it's going to be hard deciding precisely which areas to prioritize. Central Command has never deployed individual classes on their own missions, but they might not have a choice now that flames of war are erupting all over Orients. Did you? Yeah. That one was old. I wonder if the Dominion could start employing monsters on military operations. Oh, give me a break. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's old. Maybe everything out here is still old. I still do want to do this. I doubt you knew this, but there have been more Lassie who have even ruled their own countries. Yeah, I did know that. It isn't just a past custom either. Andoria, the current queen of Concordia, is a Secundus Lassie, but I doubt you knew that. Well, this character looks special. I'm still just an orderly in training, so I haven't received any assignments yet. Who's in charge of Class 0? Is it Arya? Arya is a girl of few words, isn't she? I've only heard her speak a handful of times. She's quite sharp, though, which is probably why Central Command assigned her to Class 0. Not only is she efficient, but she's modest, too. Most people are really patronizing and act like they're doing you a favor, but not Arya. I really admire her, and so do the other orderlies. She's all we ever talk about on break. That reminds me, I found this lying around our break room. You can have it if you'd like. Make the Dominion proud. We're all rooting for you. Oh, you again. Since you're here, I'd like to see how proficient you are with magic. Finish 3 enemies with Fire RF. Beast or human, the choice is yours, darling. Just use Fire RF to end 3 lives. My, are we confident? Just Just show me whether or not you can use magic to hold your own in battle. Don't bore me with the details. So I guess when Machina and or Brim try to talk to Aricia, you know, I mean, it was already clear that she doesn't really care for them. Like they got thrown into her her class 0, and she didn't want them to do what's it called? And every time I try to talk to her with Machina and Rem here, I guess she's just gonna say
What's the matter?
you weren't thinking about trying to read the academic records, were you? Even someone of my academic prowess can only read up until what is marked as present. Mother, however, is able to decode every page with incredible facility. The way she talks about fate almost feels like she's reading into the future somehow.
Why not take a break every now and then?
You're the only one in here.
Hey!
So let me get this straight. If you renounce your humanity and become a Lassie, you get the power to annihilate one of your own cities and kill thousands of innocents? Yeah, real enticing.
What's up?
I'm more than capable of winning on my own. Thank you very much. It doesn't take superhuman strength to pulverize a bunch of Militesi morons.
What? Hey! What? What's up? Hey!
Help you?
Wanna play?
How come everyone's so afraid of the Empire's silly little crystal jammer? Maybe it's because it cuts off the source of all their power and leaves them helpless.
Can I help you?
But not us, though. We can still use magic because we're awesome. I mean, technically it's because of Mother, but she's awesome too.
Wanna play? Can I help you? Wanna play? Hey!
What's up? I dug up a little dirt on our CO. You want to hear, don't you? So get this. It turns out that old Great Face used to be one of the 4 champions of Rubum. It was this band of legendary cadets or something, kind of like us. Unbelievable, right? But it gets even juicier. Apparently, one of them all of a sudden turned on the group and ended up scorching Kursame's face. No wonder he's always wearing that mask. And here's where it gets spooky. The traitor always used to travel with a cactar, kind of like the CEO and his Tonberry. And rumor has it that cactar still roams these halls today. So creepy. That was some cool information.
What?
Commander may be a jerk sometimes, but but it must suck to have a friend turn on you. I know if someone tried to backstab me, I'd stab him right back.
Hey, how you doing? What?
One time I spotted Ace fast asleep on this bench I did. He looked so peaceful. Wonder if I switch to Ace, that'll activate something.
You look well.
I leave the choice of target up to you, darling. Your mother just wants to see how her children's magic skills have improved.
You look well.
That is a, I mean, I'll give him some credit on that. That is kind of cool how, you know, small things like that are in the game, like the doctor, mother, you know, being nice and sweet to all her children, and then like locking in a room. You know, she's more cold too.
What's the matter?
Everyone says the CEO is a big bully, but I actually think he's rather nice. I do. Why, I bet he only puts on a scary face to keep all of us in line now. Maybe once we put the kibosh on all this wearing and we're living in blah. Maybe once we put this kibosh, the kibosh on all this warring and we're living in peace, even our commander will crack a smile.
What's the matter?
Oh, here we go. Maybe I'll just rest my eyes for a second.
You sure like chocobos, don't you?
Is that weird?
Of course not. My little brother's a cadet. He really likes chocobos too. So much so that he even insisted on naming my chocobo. I actually came here today to see him, but he had to go on a mission at the very last minute. Elite cadets don't have it easy.
We do our duty as cadets.
You're very mature for your age. Unlike my brother. Can I ask, do you have any little brothers or sisters? Somehow you look like you do.
Maybe. I really don't know who's older, who's younger.
You don't know?
Well, all Mother told us was that we're brothers and sisters. Even if they are my siblings, they tend to get in my way.
I used to think that about my brother.
Used to?
Yeah. My brother was gifted enough to be an elite cadet. But he made me feel like a failure. So, I used to keep my distance from him.
And it's different now?
Yeah. After I realized that we're brothers. You know, real bona fide brothers.
It took that long?
Yes, maybe I was a little slow. But I don't think you've realized it yet yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about siblings is, no matter how differently they think or how annoying they are, they share a common destiny. It's the epitome of unfairness, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I wanted to be your brother to any of those people.
Someday you'll understand too. When you have brothers and sisters, that means that you're not alone. It's not like having a friend or a sweetheart. The bond is more gritty, you know? Kinda awkward, but comforting at the same time. It's not just because you're related. And it's not just from spending a long time living together. Well, that's my theory. Anyway.
So, what does the bond come from then?
It comes from having to face our respective fates alongside each other. At least that's what I think. But hey, why am I going on like this? I guess I just needed someone to talk to, since I didn't get to talk to my brother. Thank you for standing in for my brother.
Hey, what's your name?
How many times did you say brother?
Izana. Izana Kunagiri.
Everyone needs a break. Now and then. Everyone needs a break. Now and then.
Izana Kunigiri. Was that the guy who died in the very beginning? Mocking his brother, right?
What? Hey!
There you are. I've been looking all over for you kids. You see, I have a favor to ask. One of a rather confidential nature. I need 3 green Phantoma for my research, and you class hero cadets are the only ones I can ask for help. All according to plan. Your cooperation in this matter is greatly appreciated. Excellent. I see why the doctor insisted I ask you for assistance in the matter. Argenic ring. That sounds pretty good. Our next campaign is scheduled to take place in Iska, but we have unfortunately lost contact with our ambassador in the region, and we fear for his safety. He wore a special ring of office, as did all ambassadors who came before him. The ring is in question may be our only means of identifying him. The doctor devised the SO systems specifically to help you cadets discover your true potential. No. Pretty sure it's Rem's turn for a checkup. Okay. Huh. I was Rem just to need to switch to Ace, and now I'm Ace just to need to switch to Rem. Funny how that works, huh? Can't make this shit up. Where's the closest save point? I guess right here.
You look well.
I have a small favor to ask. You would do anything for your dear mother, wouldn't you? I want to see just how strong you all have become. I worry about you children going off on those dangerous missions, so I'd like to rest easy knowing that you all can defend yourselves out there. I knew you would say yes. Make your mother proud.
You look well.
You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and call this now. Make this prediction. But I do think
You look well.
Dr. Arishia here is gonna end up being a villain. Gonna end up being an antagonist. I don't know how obvious that's supposed to be right now. I think a lot of players would get those suspicions of her. I wouldn't say it's blatantly obvious. Also, I could be wrong. But I'm gonna go ahead and make the prediction now. I think she's gonna be an antagonist when it's all said and done.
The medications are not working. Your symptoms have gotten worse.
How much time do I have left?
What the hell is going on?
But perhaps you'd best begin saying your goodbyes. I heard from my predecessor that you want to fight on the battlefield as a cadet until the very end.
Yes.
Well, this is just out of nowhere.
If I'm not going to recover, then I don't want to just lie in bed waiting to die.
Then you'll need to submit your request on paper. I'm giving you a new prescription to take every morning. Just so you know, you may experience intense pain at night.
Yes, I understand.
Dismissed. You have another question?
Could I ask you not to tell anyone in Class 0 that I'm sick?
Oh, that's no problem. Personal information on cadets is strictly confidential. I won't tell anyone.
Well, okay. X-Ether. Have I ever seen an X-Ether before? I don't know. But there's one right there. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's how the player finds out, just in a random encounter out of nowhere. No build up to it at all. Timbereth was designed to be the strongest fortress of all, and yet it was easily overtaken by the Empire, only to be demolished in an instant by two Lassie. Kupo, quite ironic, no?
According to my theory, this should be right. Maybe I need more samples. Would you not sneak up on me like that? That's Class 0 for you. I'm Kazusa. I guess you could say I'm a researcher with the Armory Guild. Pleased to meet you. Oh, right. I've been wanting to talk to you Class 0 kids. Would you come with me? I know you're busy, so just stop by when you have time. I'd love to see any member of Class 0, so please tell your classmates.
Tane and Ether. Where'd he go?
Hey.
You remember Quinme, don't you? She's the Secundus we defeated in the Liberation. For Lucy, that doesn't specialize in combat, she sure put up a good fight.
You okay?
Most people ignore the division between Primus and Secundus and simply lump them all together as Lucy, but they don't realize that there are enormous differences between the two.
Hey.
What is it?
They say there's always someone better than you, but we gotta be better than them.
What?
If you got the drive, all you gotta do then is prove it through your actions. Mitsuki seriously needs to quit carrying life bombs around with her. Doesn't she realize that how dangerous that is? She's a living, breathing safety hazard.
Can I help you?
You're here to pick on me, aren't you? Aren't you?
What? I don't think we even know each other.
You didn't like how I looked at you or something like that. That's why you're picking on me!
Hey, lower your voice. You're making a scene.
Ah! You just told me not to make a scene. You told me to stop talking, to stop breathing!
You're exaggerating.
You didn't come here to pick on me. You came here to kill me! Well then, I'm gonna blow you to smithereens!
What? Hey!
Oh wait, this one's not ready yet. Ah! I'll be back for you!
Huh?
What was that all about?
Lots of characters here, I see.
Yeah, these cutscenes I'm getting, they're interesting.
What?
What is it?
Like young Utsuki, all the cadets in Class 12 have their own idiosyncrasis. However, their impressive abilities more than make up for their flaws. Because we're often on the front lines, our class demands a balance between offense and defense. If you think the Empire's toys are impressive, then just you wait. I'll whip up some weaponry so amazing that they'll call it a masterpiece of warfare. I'll admit that Mitsuki is always carrying around explosives, but she's not some sort of problem child. She's actually really intelligent. The further our territory expands, the vaster our inventory will grow. If you want to see our shelves stocked wall to wall, then we'll need your help in restoring trade. I need to come back here then. I'll try and come back here. I don't remember who all I got weapons for. make a little note for myself here to make sure I come back to this. Well, if it isn't Dr. Al-Rashia's Coveted Class 0, perhaps you can help me with a little something. Receive 3 jugs of tree sap for the Armory Guildsman. Do me a favor and fetch me 3 jugs of tree sap from some of the monsters in the Togreth region. I may have done this already. I knew I could count on you. I really appreciate it. Togreth is, or perhaps I should say, was located due north of the Rubrum region. The entire area may be in ruins, but at least it should be easy to find. I'm never gonna use most of this shit. I don't use items anyway, and I probably should. I have 12 mega elixirs. That's fucking insane. I have more mega elixirs than I do anything else. That's crazy. At least more of that than any of the other recovery items. The only other thing I have more of is fire shards, and I just have 1 more of that. I'm just gonna make sure I save here. And this is where I'm gonna end this one. All right. Until next